be confused with Jurassic Park.
What?
I don't know. Someone said that the other day. They were like, "Does it have to do with the dinosaur age?" And I was like, "No."
Oh, they heard it wrong.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Thoracic spine.
Mark
So
and Andrew, tell us.
What are we telling you?
What's the thoracic spine? What are its functions?
Where is it?
All right. Well, I guess I first can start, and it's definitely going to be right in the middle of your back. Basically the neck down to, if you want to point it, perfect. So right there. Now, a lot of times, majority of people today are very tight in this area and lack mobility. Why? Because of computers, because of phones. Naturally, we're looking down. And then what happens is we get really tight in this section, which then naturally creates that anterior pelvic tilt, which we talked about last week. Right, so the body balances it. Now, why is it important though for somebody to come in here and think about the thoracic spine into the gym?
If like you're having any lower back pain, it might be due to the thoracic spine, like Andrew was saying. Because the thoracic spine is made to be more mobile, the joint following should be more stable. But if this is not mobile, then we're gonna put the lower back in a really mobile position when it's supposed to be more stable.
Like your lower back isn't supposed to really have mobility, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to kind of hold you in place, and so that causes the tilt like that. And when you're doing any squats or overhead presses, and then you get a lot of pain over here. So definitely you want to take care of this T-spine to also help with like posture and the lower back.
I hear T-spine said for that area too. Is that because your body goes this way and your spine's like that, so it looks like a T?
Oh,
what is that?
Like T for thoracic, maybe?
Oh, that's
That's what I was thinking. I was like, does Julia know something we don't know?
I was getting intense. So with the thoracic spine, like it's the mobile part, right? Like for what is this motion called? Twisting.
Rotation.
Right? So I was thinking like this is your spine, here's the rotation.
That could be it too. Why not?
Could be. Now
thoracic
there's some
T.
importance to it though, and one is obviously posture, because if we lack mobility, then our posture goes down. And then actually breathing is a huge part when it comes to the thoracic mobility. Now if we have too much, it's actually a problem as well, because it does protect your lungs and heart of having that tightness there. So you just have to see exactly, okay, like how does someone though test if they have a tight thoracic spine?
Yeah.
Well, the first test that I would go through to see if you had a thoracic spine, so Julia will do my test dummy here. So all Julia's going to do here is send her arms overhead as straight as she can. So go ahead and lift your arms up for me. So Julia's is pretty good, but some indicators of a tight thoracic spine here would be if her ribs were to just flare up and she were to use that anterior pelvic tilt that we talk so much about. So this would be an indicator of poor thoracic mobility. Another one, you can bring that down. Another one that I like to do is that if Julia were on the ground, so go ahead and lay on your back for me. Since it is responsible for that rotation, go ahead and extend one leg out for me. If she were to bring one knee up and over her body like this, and most people with tight thoracic spines, this same shoulder would probably start rolling along with the knee. Okay, so we would want that to be more this shoulder down and then getting the knee all the way to the opposite side there.
That actually goes perfect with a stretch I like to do for people who have that problem.
Okay, let's hear about it.
Okay, yeah, I'll take
that. Okay.
So like she was saying, their shoulder will start to lift. So if that is the case, I'll put it on this side. If they're laying on their spine, I'll have them put their knee here to kind of shorten that range, and then have them open up this way. That way their knee stays grounded. If I take it out, that'll usually cause this part to lift up if they're really tight. So this is kind of like a modification in a sense to help them relax into it, and then as they get better, maybe they'll have more range. But also this twisting is like pretty intense. So if you're not used to that twist, I really like this part. It also goes hand in hand with a bad posture. So if you're on your phone and you're hunched over this way, your chest is really tight. So to help improve the posture and open it up, that's what that motion's gonna help with.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of the statics, that's a good one for mobility if you were just opening and closing like that, just to get that mobility down. A static one that I really like that also feels really good. Is if I were to get into like a semi-child's pose here, so down on my knees in front of a box or any sort of elevated surface like a bench or something, I like to bring my elbows up here, and I just like to flex and extend that spine. So just coming into that flexion here, and then extend kind of breathe in and out of that. You can also stay static there, or you can make it mobile, making sure I'm exhaling when I push up, inhaling as I come down. That's a really good one as well.
Nice. And then I have one as well, and it's called Thread the Needles. So you want to be on all four, keeping your back nice and straight. And then the goal is to try to get your shoulder to touch the floor. And you can either hold it for this stretch, or you can just continue to do a few reps here, just going back and forth, and then switching.
I heard it pop.
Yep.
Yeah, those are all really good ones.
Didn't you have something with Thread the Needles as well?
Oh yeah. So if you do the thread the needle and you maybe walk out the knees a little bit more, that'll open up your hips and have your groin and adductors kind of relax, so the lower back can relax as well, and helps you kind of thread a little bit easier. You get a more like compound stretch this way, and then back up.
Is there a certain type of person you usually recommend that to versus the one on the knees?
Yeah, somebody with like if they're feeling that the T-spine stiffness is playing a role in that lower back pain. You know, they want to open up those hips as well too. But if it's just maybe the T-spine that's really tight, yeah.
That looks like that inner thigh stretch too.
Yeah, yes, exactly. It's really